Traveling to Icon. Ready for battle.
It's been a while actually to get used to controls again. I'll probably be doing third person. What's up? Oh, I have to go all the way back. You serious?
I'll be watching over you.
There we go.
4, 3, 2,
What's up?
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
You don't need to walk in spawn there, but it's really small, so I'm not gonna pick that. Kill here's fine. Okay. So right here, you should know they have a Junkrat. So you need to kind of realize when he's going to be reloading, because that's the point where you really want your shield to regen. Because it's really dangerous to be putting your shield down when he still has the fire back, or when he's still firing. That's just something for you to keep in mind next time. You get pretty aggressive when you have no shield, so you have to be careful about that. Other solid fire strike. That's fine. Here, look at where they are. They're all backing up. Your tracer is pressuring. Who's that to the left? Zarya? That's a free push, right? Because Reinhardt is giving you all that space to walk in, so you need to be rotating to that left side where your tracer is immediately. Now I know you don't have a Lucio. Or actually, do you? Oh, you do. That makes it even better. Because if you start going to the left, the Lucio's gonna know that he needs to speed you in there. You kind of back up. See, and you gave the Junkrat time to spam you out. Still pop off though, that's nice. Good play. Shatter wasn't needed, but you build it back pretty fast. And comp, that wouldn't really matter. Like, that's to find your honest waste nano. That shatter is fine in comp, but in scrims or league games more specifically, you have to be really careful about your shatter usage. Like, at that point you gotta realize pretty much your whole team's alive and you already killed 3 people. Your shatter's not really needed at that point. See, right there, you could be taking space. You could be taking space so your McCree doesn't have to pretty much hug to your Ana. Like, realistically, if you started moving up as soon as you capped a point, you could have taken that corner from them, and they couldn't be there. They couldn't have the angle on you guys. So that gives your Tracer and your McCree a bit more leeway to kind of just do whatever they want to the enemy team. Instead, you're kind of hugging payload, which doesn't bring too much value because you're not giving space to your DPS, and your Ana can do that in the first place. Good shield. Good block, but yeah, it's not enough heals there. And you commit grab for some reason. Coming back. That's fine, they weren't really gonna punish you there. Oh, maybe they do? Do they? No. That's a good chatter. You saw what you wanted and you went for it. You also could have gone for the Zarya in the beginning of that fight, and that would have guaranteed the kill on the Zarya, but I think what you still did was fine. Counter charge Ryan. Yeah, that's completely fine. That's what I thought you tried to do. See, your Zarya is not really good, so you don't have as much to work with as you usually would. You know, there's Zarya's in the back line farming, turn around. That's nice. See, once again, right here, you don't need to be hugging the cart. You could be completely under that bridge or even further just to try and deny the enemy team the space that they'll need or want. See, in return right there, your DPS is forced to push up and try to make space, which realistically, that's not the DPS's job. So now that they're trying to do your job, they get punished for it, right? Because if you're already at this bridge, your McCree can just stay up top or behind you. But since you're not there in that space, it's too risky for him to go alone. He has to try and take that little flank option with the Tracer. Risk free. Junkrat's on you, not much you can do about that there. Pin Ryan. When you hear your McCree using High Noon, pin the Ryan so he can't block it. Their team wasn't focused on you, I believe it was only the Ryan, maybe Zarya. You had Ana with you, you would have survived the pin like that.
My ultimate is charging. Need healing. Group up with me. Group up here.
You have enough here, start pushing. That's fine, I don't expect you to notice that, but I don't know if you listen to music when you play or your sounds are just weird, but when you said hello, at least in my headset, I know it's the same for yours depending on what you're using, it kind of sounds like it's coming from behind you, or up top, kind of. It's weird. It'll sound like it's behind you. It's like how the enemy footsteps are louder than friendlies. Try and pay attention to those ambient sounds or the actual voice lines, because those can really help actually knowing where enemies are for next time. Oh, sorry, my nose is pretty stuffy, so yeah. Don't use that. You use earbuds? Good grab. That pin happens to me all the time, so I'm not gonna nag you about it. Good shatter. No? What do you use? That's a really good shatter. Because the grab wasn't necessarily going to kill him, like it wasn't guaranteed. And considering how fast you charge shatter, I think that's fine. You know what you're gonna get. I mean, with the grab shatter, they're guaranteed dead unless your DPS are just not doing the job. See, once again, there's another example of your off tank or your teammate trying to do your job for you. You're not creating space, you're hooking cards. So your other teammates are trying to create space. And I don't know if she dies here, she probably does. But even if she doesn't, she really should have died there. So it's very risky not doing your job. Because the whole point of Rhino, right, is to create space. Open up space to your DPS, off tank, whatever, can do their job. She didn't die here, but she should have. 9 times out of 10, she dies there. I just listen to the sounds. Alright. Well then, definitely try and keep out, or just listen for those small little ambient sounds, because they have you a huge boot by your Pharah. Pharah saves this point. You probably could have won without the boot, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say she did carry that fight. So at this point you should know that they have shatter, so I'm expecting you to be a bit more passive when you actually try to engage them. That's a good pin. Good. You need to be shielding right there. You have to know that he has shatter at that point. He hadn't used it for like a minute or more. He's been getting a lot of value off swings and fire strikes. That's just something that comes with old tracking. Also, I don't want to say this too much, but once again, you can't hug the cart. I'm not going to stop it every time you're not doing it, but just keep that in mind. Just drill it into your head. You don't need to be on point, on cart, on the objective. You need to be making space. Especially on escorts. Block. That's risky, but it worked. Nice pin as well. I would have gone for the pin on the Zarya as soon as she got rezzed. She doesn't have time to get bubble off, and you at least do. I don't know how much it is exactly, but you do a decent chunk to her. Stay in cart. Well then that's on them. If you leave cart, that forces them back. You shouldn't let them dictate how you play. That's a good chatter. That's good. There's not too much to say. I think you're playing well mechanically. It's just a lot of it seems like game sense.
Defend objective
Okay, so at this point, you know they're running a Junkrat, right? So this is something to always keep in mind. You know they're running a Junkrat. I don't know if you've checked to look and see if they have a Reaper, but you can't play too close. Just try and play, actually you're playing Brawl, you kind of have to play close. That's more on your team. Never mind. Then you just engage here. That's good. That's good. You change your priority to the Reaper, which is actually correct there in that situation. Oh. Oh. So you're toxic. Good luck. Going back up. That's good. I'm not gonna like talk about this too much. Obviously it's dumb, but it's comp. You just wanna have fun sometimes. I do it myself. Just in league games, the scrims, try not to actually do it. I just did it in a scrim today and it didn't work. You get punished for it. Good pin. Really good pin. Wants to meme? Yeah, that's fine. Just be careful about doing that in scrims and whatnot. Your shield usage is usually pretty good. You make sure not to waste it, which is really nice. You know he has a breather. It's fine to push that there. Now that's overextending. That's being risky. Because she slept you, you're dead because you were already naded. Go for shatter? Yes. There you go. I think it's your... oh, why did I skip it? It's your honest fault you die there. You realistically could have gotten healed. I don't know who she nanoed. I don't remember if it was you. It probably was you. But that's a really good shatter. You realize she was using Cole, and that's one of the best ways to use shatter against the Moira is if she's using Cole, she doesn't have fade. And you're taking away one of the best ultimates in the game. So if you have the chance, always try to shatter a Coling Moira. See, but if you're memeing, there's no point in doing a VOD review. Because there's no real gameplay for me to judge. Give me scrap. Light beam. Yeah, that's fair. Backing up. That's fine. Good bubble from your Zarya. That would have been a good pin, but unfortunate you missed it. No shield. You need to be careful about engaging there. Because you have no shield and somehow you survive, which you shouldn't have. If I were you, I would have just backed up around the corner. Lived to fight another day, but somehow you survived that. Extra supports or miracle workers. That's a pin should have hit. Now you're just getting a lot of heals, so you can just hold R2 and swing your hammer. This Ana you completely forgot about though. You remembered her way too late. You had looked at her twice, then turned around to try and get Sigma and whoever was there. I think it was Lucio. Great fire strike. Another big shatter. Yeah, I mean you're really good at farming shatters and your shield usage is really solid. It's just a lot of game sense, which will come with time and more experience in team play. So hopefully we get 501st more scrims, because I'd like to see you play more in this. But yeah, that's it.